Hey sports fans, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. I just wanted to give you my thoughts about Michigan's 102-67 victory on the road against Nebraska to open Big Ten play. And I did not see this coming. Honestly, after Michigan had played some poor games the last couple weeks, I'm just like, wow, this reminds you of why Michigan was ranked high at the start of the year. I'm not saying Michigan is going to continue this play, but this was like a nice, reminiscent of this is how Michigan basketball was last year. And the question is, can Michigan get back to this level of play this year? And it really started, big props to Brandon Johns Jr. Diabate was out sick. He was not going to play at all. And so Johns gets inserted back into the starting lineup. And he just started like a wrecking ball. He was aggressive, getting rebounds, not settling for jump shots, attacking the rim. He did outstanding in the first half, and that opened up things for Hunter Dickinson, and then that opens up things for the three-pointers. And the three-pointers were dropping today. Michigan went 15 of 32 for the game. 15 of 32 for the game. Just outstanding shooting. So it seemed like they could get anything they really wanted. So, obviously there's a factor in there that Nebraska did not play very good defense. Michigan had a lot of wide open three-pointers, but still, you hit the shots, and that's what counts, right? And Brandon Johns Jr., total aggressive. That's what Michigan needs out of him, whether he's the starter or comes off the bench. You need him to do that, and that takes off so much pressure off Dickinson, and it just is so helpful. It really is, and of course, then overall, you got Houston played great. Dickinson had his double. I don't think it was quite a double-double, but he was in double figures. And Michigan was just clicking and playing relatively good enough defense again. I think they had an 11-0 run in the first half. They ended up being up 51-30-something, 32 I think it was at halftime. And Michigan was just, again, having their way. And it was just excellent. Dickinson had 9.6 rebounds. Williams had 10 points on 4 of 4 shooting off the bench. He had 2 straight three-pointers. Williams, man, talk about picking up after that Buffalo game. Finished with 20 points today off the bench. Just excellent. And the second half, was, if you watch this, it's hard to be critical when the team scores 102 points. But you could see the refs all of a sudden decide Nebraska needs help. So Michigan got called for 6 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the second half. 6-0 fouls. Michigan was called for 6 fouls in the entire first half, and the fouls in the first half were 6-8. So it's not like Nebraska got called for double digits or way more than Michigan. No, it was 6-8 in the first half. I don't enjoy this where refs call the games to try to help the other team out who's not good enough. This just is annoying because Nebraska was, it was holding about 20-point lead, and Nebraska just kept getting getting calls, and then, they'd chip away, and all of a sudden, it looked like it might become a kind of a scrappy game. Michigan was missing some of their shots, and all of a sudden it got down to 15 points. I gotta say that Nebraska's Verge Jr. just did everything he could. I think he finished with 27, maybe just under 30 points for the game. And he was basically unstoppable. It was basically 1 against 5. And he would just go in and hit some crazy shot. Some were super hard, crazy contested. Others were just layups. Man, he had some good moves going on. No doubt about that. But he was just a one-man show. And outside of him, Nebraska was not able to shoot much of anything consistently. But, like I said, sorry, I got off topic there. Nebraska chipped away, and all of a sudden it was a 15-point game. The announcers were even saying, oh, maybe this is the time. Maybe, Nebraska's primed to go on a run. And what happened? Michigan got a turnover. Jones passed quickly up to Eli Brooks. Eli Brooks had a horrible first half. I think it was 1 of 6 shooting. 0 of 4 on threes. Just horrible. Wide open threes, and he could not hit one. What happens? He goes in, and he goes for a layup. He gets fouled. I think it was goaltending, but I never saw a replay. Maybe I was writing in my notepad and didn't see it, but I think it was goaltending. They didn't call it. Anyways, he hits 2 free throws. Oh, that's something I remember basketball shooters saying. You just want to get in the game and see the ball go through the hoop. See it. And then you get a little confidence. What happened? 2 free throws. Next, another turnover. Brooks 3. Next possession. Brooks 3 off a screen by Dickinson. Boom, boom, boom. 8 points, just like that. And a 15-point game went back to being a comfortable game. And that was the end of Nebraska. They didn't have anything. They had no fight left in them. And they started taking, again, more bad shots and, not hitting them. In the first half, they were taking tough shots. And they hit some of them. Like that step-back three-pointer was crazy over Eli Brooks. I can't think of the basketball players. It was, I think, number 3. But maybe it's 30. But he did a step-back 3. The announcers was going crazy. Like, what a shot. Yeah, okay, good thing you hit that, man. But that's not going to be sustainable. You're not an NBA player. You're not James Harden. You're not going to be able to do that all game, and he didn't. So, I mean, Michigan was playing pretty good defense. And Nebraska was hitting some shots. Kudos to them. Like that, though, but like I said, Michigan got that 8-0 burst from Eli Brooks. Things settled down. Nebraska had to call timeouts. That was it. Just what an offensive game. It was great to see Zeb Jackson get back in, and he had a nice first half. He had a nice little assist, then he drained a 3-pointer. It was good to see Buffkin get in there too, and some other bench guys who need to get more minutes. It's really nice when you can have a game like this, a blowout game, because Michigan hasn't had blowout games this year. You're not getting those guys, your second string players, a lot of action. So it was really great that you got this in conference. And then, of course, the last minute, they emptied the bench pretty well. A couple more players. But actually, I think they just put in number 13. I guess they really wanted to get him in there, so they called a timeout. I think it was Bard. But, man, this is an unexpected surprise, honestly. Hopefully Michigan can continue to build on this. They played a pretty good game against San Diego State. This was an excellent game against Nebraska. I'm not going to take, tons from this. Obviously, when you're hitting 50% of your three-pointers, they had a lot of open looks, courtesy Nebraska's poor defense. Nebraska's ranked 102 in the Ken Palm, so it's not like, they're a world beater or anything. But you know what? This Michigan team had struggled, and it was nice to see them not struggle in a game. And that was nice to see. This is so reminiscent of Michigan of last year, where they would just come out and just drain shots and just blow a team out, just and it's over. So that was really nice. It was reminded me of last year's team. Oh, happy to have a win like this. They get to play Minnesota next at home. I think that's a Saturday game, so that'll be interesting. I think, if I remember right, TV was saying Minnesota is undefeated, but Minnesota's playing at Michigan State, I'm guessing, tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes for Minnesota, Michigan State. What do you guys take from this game? Just an offensive outburst. Houston, Williams, Johns, Dickinson, Brooks ended up with double digits. Just, wow. That was just really nice to see. Some things to build on. Some confidence will be built. I love it. And hopefully it'll be a good stepping stone. Hopefully North Carolina was the low point, right? Getting blown out by 20 on the road on national TV. Hopefully. But still. So build with San Diego State. On the road at Nebraska. Come home. Hopefully get that win. Be 2-0 in the Big Ten. And get that ball rolling. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Put the comments below. I'll try to respond as I'm able to. Again, big key of the game, Brandon Johns came out aggressive, and that opened up everything else for Michigan. And you know what? Then you got Dickinson was able to get his shots. Then the threes were open, and the threes went in. So kudos to Brandon Johns. He definitely stepped up without Diabate today. Hey, thanks for watching, and until I see you guys next time, go Blue!